All right, what up? So, something I've been thinking about a lot lately is, most of my life I've been a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Or what people would consider a nice guy. I tried to stay out of conflicts. I've tried to always be the mediator, the peacemaker. Um, any interaction that I enter into, I try to bring kindness. I try to smile at people. I really do try my best to be nice, to be a kind person. You know what I'm saying? I think that goes a very long way and it's very valuable. Um, but I think a lot of me being that way, or at least a decent portion of me being that way, comes from a certain level of passiveness within myself. Um, I think back to some of the scenarios and situations that I've been in with people that were my so-called friends, or people that were close to me, or people that I didn't even know. And some of the scenarios and situations where I felt disrespected by these people, and I didn't address it, and I let shit slide. I let them say shit to me that realistically no person should ever allow another person to say to them. Just real weak type things, you know what I'm saying? Like that's and then but that was also coupled with the idea of people pleasing and not wanting people to dislike me, these sort of things, right? So I'm learning now, the older I get, the more that I become more self-actualized, more self-aware. I'm starting to sort of realize, like, I'm feeling more and more quick to want to smack the fuck out of somebody. Literally, like or grab somebody by their fucking shirt and pin them up against a wall and give them a wedgie or some crazy shit like that, you know? And like little things, like someone insulting my intelligence makes me want to smack you in your face. Or, but here's the thing, I don't like feeling this way. This is not, but this is what happens when you people please and you have this level of passiveness in you. It grows and it grows and it grows and it grows to eventually to a point where it starts to boil over, and now you become this person who is ready to snap at any moment on anything. Like I said, sometimes people bring something that would be insignificant to most people, like someone thinking they're getting over on you, or someone thinking that they're smarter, that they're outwitting you, or people insulting your intelligence, or little shit, things that really are so insignificant that it should just be whatever. These things are so triggering to me now because I guess a lot of it comes from gaining a certain level of self-love, sort of gaining a level of self-respect more than anything. Because with self-love comes self-respect. So I have a certain level of respect for myself now that I didn't have before. So now when people do anything that I feel like is maybe infringing on uh, my level of respect, or the respect that I think I deserve, I'd be wanting to fucking do something about it. You know what I mean? And that I don't like that, because I mean, although I've been passive and I've been sort of slow to anger, which I still am. I want to be slow to anger. I don't want to be a person who's just fucking popping off at the top all the time because over every little thing. That's ridiculous, you know? But I don't know. Like, I want to be a person who still uses a certain level of discernment always. Like I've always kind of done that too. Is, sort of thought a situation out before I just reacted. But now I'm ready to react at any moment ready to just smack people. That's what I think. I don't even think about punching people. I really just be wanting to open hand smack people in the face. That's how I think. Just because I'm like, the audacity of a motherfucker to even try and play me like that pisses me off. And that's something that I would have never gotten to this point if I would have stood up for myself when I was younger. If I would have stood up for myself growing up and being a teenager and being in my early 20s, if I would have stood up for myself more, I wouldn't feel this way now, because it would have been natural for me to be like, nah, listen, relax. And, I don't appreciate that, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, realistically, that's how I'm going to address the situation. I'm not going to pop off and start smacking people in the face and shit like that, although I want to. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to use discernment, and I'm going to be wise, and I'm going to address situations the way they need to be addressed. But I say this to say to any of the younger people that may watch this video that stop that people pleasing shit. It's dead, bro. Kill it now, because it's going to boil over eventually. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you can only be passive for so long, and you're going to get to a point where you're like, man, fuck it. And you're going to start you're going to do some shit that you're going to regret. Either you're going to regret saying something, or you're going to do something that's going to make you regret it. And you may make a decision that could alter your entire life based on having pent up aggression from all of the little things that people have done and said to you throughout your life. So I would say to anybody who has the tendency to want to people please and to not want people to or want people to like them and not have ill feelings towards them. Listen, at the end of the day, you can't control how everybody feels as much as we want to. We want everybody to like us. Some motherfuckers just aren't going to like you just because they don't want to like you. It has nothing to do with the person you are, has nothing to do with who you are, anything. They just don't want to like you because they don't like the way you look, they don't like how you talk, they're fucking haters. That's it. There's just people that are just straight up haters, and you just got to deal with that shit. Or you don't got to deal with it, but you got to understand that there's going to be people who just don't like you for no apparent reason at all. That's just what it is, man. So, like I said, I would implore anybody to, when it comes to the people pleasing and being passive and not speaking up for yourself, make sure you're doing that. Even if you're just saying like, hey, I don't appreciate that, because it's going to turn into, you're going to grow, you're going to get older. Well, I mean, to be fair, maybe some people never really grow out of that, and maybe some people live that way their entire lives. But if you start to cultivate a level of self-respect, self-love, all these kind of things, you're going to start to get to a point where you start thinking about all the times you let people walk on you, and it's going to infuriate you. It's going to make you so fucking mad, not only at that person, but you're going to be mad at yourself. And you're going to want to, you're like, the next motherfucking time somebody says something you're going to want to turn up on them. You get what I'm saying? So do what you can now to let people know who you are and where you stand. If you don't have that confidence, if you don't feel as if you even deserve respect, or then you have to, that's a whole different mission that you need to be on in order to find a level of self-love and self-respect for yourself, to where you don't even want to tolerate somebody speaking to you a certain way, or you don't want to tolerate somebody thinking that they're manipulating you or this or that. You know what I'm saying? Or people putting their hands on you and being physical with you. Because there's people out here that can get punched or pushed or kicked or whatever, and I get the whole turn of the cheek thing, but listen, that's another conversation. But yeah, we ain't about all that over here. But there's people that would get hit, punch, kick, whatever, and just be like, it's okay. Listen, all I'm saying is, kindness is a beautiful thing. You should be kind. You should always be kind. Be kind, be courteous, be caring, be loving, be helpful, be of service, but don't be a fucking bitch. Don't be that. Don't be a weak motherfucker who just lets people do anything to them, and they're scared to say shit. Fuck that. Been that too long. No more. Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that. Can't do that. We're done with that. That was a whole different life. We're somewhere else now. And yeah, man. So like I said, particularly to young people, but I know there's plenty of grown people out here that are people pleasing too and are living this type of life. Hey, you know it. You know how it makes you feel. You know how it makes you feel. Let's not do that. Let's not do that to ourselves. We deserve more respect. We deserve to respect ourselves. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching once again. Peace.